right to hate whoever they want, but that doesn't mean you
I
have to
didn't
ask
say
them.
douchebag, I said sane.
Sane. Well,
This is hilarious. I typed in her name on Twitter and I went to people, and the first three
Issa.
accounts is Ilhan Omar, Jew Hate Database, and Care National.
When I searched for Nora Bandura, Issa, your post came up, and that's how I discovered the link above myself. So, like, you're showing for it. But, yeah, the fact that she calls out Diego a lot, and Diego can't just, fess up and say, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel bad for Diego. I just think he is stupid. So, I mean,
he is being stupid.
What consequences Diego is having?
he's,
Nothing yet.
well,
Just that
it's not good
he
to
was
be
too
attached. It's not good to be attached to her posts in that way because I mean, I don't know what her real legal repercussions are going to be, but she's got serious problems ahead of her.
From what I researched, it's like up to I think 4 or 5 years, but usually ends up with like some community service or volunteering in some Holocaust something. Andre, what will be hospitalized?
She needs milk.
Hey, can we take a time out and
Yeah.
talk about what's happening in Saudi Arabia? I want Andre's
What's happening in Saudi Arabia? Give us an update before the perspective.
Jesus Christ, that is a very abrupt way of changing topic.
Well, that's why I'm
Did you
talking about China.
guys hear what happened in the UK with a woman who was going to jail for bringing her kids to basically ISIS in Afghanistan, and when she took her mugshot, she said, "I feel unsafe without my niqab," and because they took a picture of her. So she complained to some supervisors, and now they took a picture with her in her niqab for her mugshot.
Where the
UK
only
is
your
a
eyes?
failed society.
Is that the one where it's full body covering?
Yeah.
Just
you
eyes.
just see her eyes. Just her eyes.
That's helpful for
Imagine
multiple identification. Yeah.
Imagine getting arrested in the UK and you complain to supervisors about them taking pictures of your hair and your face, and they say, oh, sorry, ma'am, we're gonna just take a picture of your eyes. What a failed society.
What about countries that have that? Like, if you get arrested in Iraq or one of these places, like, how to
just
put
use it to
compare
print.
your like if they want to do a 6-pack, what they call a 6-pack, where they show 6 pictures to a eyewitness, and 5 of them are like random police officers, and 1 is the actual suspect. Like, after you show 6 people dressed in niqab, say,
So
okay,
do-
who robbed you?
Do you think a niqab?
I just assume that these women just get like murdered like on the spot. Like there's no like, let's take this woman who just broke a law and bring her to jail. No, I think they just get raped and murdered and thrown on the side of the road.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the reason why Simon should also be in a psychiatric center with Nora.
But do you think when niqabs first came out that, because it was so new that the men were kind of like shocked at the appearance of a niqab and thus gave that woman special deference for her insane clothing choice? Or do you think it was a man that was like, I just made you a new dress, you're going to put this on right now?
And I'm gonna say this seriously. If you continue doing these kind of crazy claims, like honestly, I will also need to detach you from the houses, because you cannot just be calling for death or wishing death like that. So.
What do they wish death on?
Well, you're talking about just taking someone, killing them, and putting on the side of the road. I mean, like, dude, that's not cool.
I said, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I will.
Hear what I said.
Yeah, I heard what you said.
I don't think you did.
Instead of judging them, you should just kill them and throw them on the side of the road.
Yeah, I didn't quite follow what you said there, Simon. What did you say?
was saying, what do they do with them if they get arrested in these countries? I said, I don't think that these women get arrested because if they do commit crimes, then the police who would be taking them in would not be taking them in. They would just be raping them and putting them on the side of the road.
Well, I mean, I thought you have like a theory of moral relativity. I mean, that's a what if kind of a bullshit statement. You don't know what you know. I'm sure those things happen, but
He's saying that this is what they probably do because of the way they treat women.
I get it. But the thing is, I mean, you know,
Then sorry for my misunderstanding, but I mean, because you're always talking about like, oh yeah, I mean, you're always outrageous. Like, oh, what's wrong with killing children? Kill them all. So yeah. And I don't want to be linked to these type of statements, you know, in the same way that I am advising Diego to get away from a crazy person because he's dangerous. I don't want to be linked to someone that is talking like that. You know?
Well, I've never once called for violence in my entire life.
that I gotta say the Nora video is intense because if you've ever seen that movie Cape Fear, this is like you're really living in it because you know you've been talking to all these people for so long and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know somebody was planning on ending it all. You know, I'm glad I'm not connecting with that and the fact that she came to New York to connect with Diego. I mean, you know, I wonder, see, do you think Diego is actually thinking he, like, maybe she could have been a femme fatale for him? Like, or do you think he's just like, yeah, I mean, he's got to be because if he had previous intercourse with her and she does espouse to love him, you never know. That is like the Andy Warhol moment where, you know, you get shot in the belly and you're like, oh shit.
Maybe Diego caused it, so she would be arrested and not come to him and to dodge the bullet.
That's
Well, he was
probably.
trying to say that I caused it. How am I going to cause this?
All I know is I would not want to be one of his pet rabbits right now.
Who?
Diego.
He's very.
It's Diego.
He's not. You know, he's pretty much on.
Sexual attraction.
You see, you got to think about his wife and his kids and his relationships. Like his offline world doesn't know about this online world, and really all the documentation about his relationship with her, let alone her posts. He does not want people in his real world to ever find out about these posts because he keeps it very separate. And I'm not encouraging anyone to contact his wife with Nora Bandura's posts.
No, nobody knows who his wife is, so don't worry.
Oh, I saw her with my own eyes at a gas station in La Jolla.
Yeah, but you don't know her. I mean, you.
Yeah, I know. She just looked straight ahead. She actually never even looked my way. It was very strange.
Hey, look at you.
I'm not making that up. She didn't actually look my way. She looked straight ahead as if she was with a Nazi. Oh, and guess what? He is a neo-Nazi. I don't even think his children were moving in the back seat. I think they were completely like he did look like Robert De Niro from I'm not kidding you. Like, I mean, I don't think he's a dangerous person, but you know, he had an old fucking jalopy. It was a nice car. Anyways, I'm just saying, you know, whatever games he was playing with Nora, like he got catfished. Been there, done that. But he really got catfish. This is like next level catfish because it's unfortunately she, you know, is having an end of life mental health breakdown and it's tragic, but you know, I don't feel any sympathy for him. I mean, I think he's an idiot and he has wasted enough of my time and everyone else's time and you know, if he has no shame, you know, he won't change his game.
But doesn't catfishing require a sort of straight mind and a devious sort of like? I don't associate that with someone with serious mental issues.
Don't act like you don't know what catfishing requires.
No, I'm just saying it requires planning, and you gotta like alter, and you gotta.
No, she used her cute little baby voice and her hot little 26-year-old photo. You can go to her ex. I know you're probably not, you haven't actually spent any time looking at her, you know, somewhat risque photos, but, you know, she was at one time a very beautiful young woman. And it's it's tragic to see what has happened to her, but she was a very beautiful young woman. So
You think
when
she's not beautiful now?
no, not compared to her early 20-year-old photos. No, she's disgusting now. The point is,
Call that disgusting? And that
Yakov, I'm just advocating.
It's disgusting.
I don't think she's disgusting. I mean, that's a pretty.
You don't think she's a disgusting woman? Oh my God, I would kick her to the curb. She's hideous.
She was a little disheveled. Hold on.
As
She was
a
a little
woman, as
disheveled.
a whole, yes, she's disgusting, but I don't think that her physique, like her face, and I don't think she's disgusting.
Listen, her attitude, what she says.
Unkempt. Her
Of
hair was
course, the
unkempt.
attitude, what she says, and everything, yes. But what I'm saying is that physically, if you just see her and you dress her well, she's not a disgusting.
No, no, no. Not in comparison to the earlier photos, she is far more disgusting.
Edmund, hold on.
Everybody ages.
Listen, I am a bald man, okay? I have achieved maximum disgustingness, okay? I've lost all of my hair.
Many, I shouldn't say most. Many women find bald guys very attractive.
The point is, I have no point, and I hope you know that all communication is hypnosis, and I just want to roast Diego for being a dumb motherfucker, and I'm happy to do it.
I mean, Edmund, others, but Edmund, you're doing most of the talking. We saw the video. She obviously was not well. Okay, you see her at her worst point. And first of all, I saw her here. She was pretty, and she was not ugly. And I don't know.
That's exactly what I just said. Thank you.
And if you were to
Click the link above, everybody, to see the true Nora Bandura that Pepe is describing. Don't let Pepe's words of bullshit hypnosis persuade you otherwise. Click the link above and see how disgusting Nora Bandura is.
be well yourself, Edmund. I mean, give us a fucking break. We know you have several screws loose. All right, I never rubbed it in your fucking face, but now I am.
Go ahead and rub it, Pepe.
You see her at a time where she's not doing well, okay? There's no reason to fucking, spit on her afterwards. I mean,
I don't think that I've been on the phone for a little while, but now I'm off the phone. I got a good gig there. It was a good phone call. Thank you. Good phone call. But listen, I don't think that anybody's rubbing it in her face or spitting on her. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of kind of when Diego was in the room, they were asking if Diego was having a moral response. And I think that most people, their heart is going out to somebody who's clearly unwell and possibly dangerous. And I think that for what I'm hearing from you, Pepe, is that basically it's not a big deal. What she said wasn't that bad. Her behavior isn't that bad. And I think respectfully, that is kind of enabling. And if we were actually friends in the offline world, then, that's how people get hurt. That's
Zach, let me suck your dick.
I get it. Well,
Present to them.
I'll just put it like
Thomas
this.
is amazing.
My first job out of college was working as a case manager with the seriously mentally ill adults in our county. Now, having to, I'll just say, I guess maybe I just have a little bit more insight and like grace when I see people that are not doing well, and I don't know. I just. To me, yeah, I understand she said really ugly shit, but I've been told all kinds of horrible things. I've had people threaten to kill me in my face. They're not well. I mean, I don't really, yeah, it's not appropriate.
That's the
Maybe
point.
because you also say horrible things to people.
I never threatened to kill people.
I'm not saying you have threatened to kill people. I'm saying maybe because you are not nice to people sometimes as well.
Well, online people
You
are.
just need to understand that these people, they're allergic to different opinions than men.
Listen, this video is just filled with her writing. Like, literal video.
Pepe, I roasted you so hard yesterday. Did you come back for another roast today?
Edmund, I never take what you say. You call me names like almost on a daily basis, and I never really respond in kind because I don't really take you seriously.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I don't really care if that's your like slight one up. It doesn't make a difference to me. I mean, the point is, you're a moron.
You said that yesterday.
You're also a dumbass. You're old. Why should we listen to your opinion, man?
Okay.
The point is, click the link above, everybody, and watch Nora Bandura live have an emotional meltdown in the bathroom for her love, Diego, Don Diego, Conceptista art. A praxeologist, a self-taught economist, and a former paralegal turned femme fatale documentarian. You know, he's going to make a movie and publish it with Lifetime. It's going to be amazing. The Nura Bentura and Don Diego
I mean,
love
did
story.
somebody say she was actually wrote like a suicide letter, and it's just like not.
Click the link above, Pepe, to read more. Click it. You got your little podcast headphone on with your Jersey Shore haircut. Go ahead, bro. Click the link above right now. You can do it.
Have you seen the video in the link above?
No.
Take your little tiny boxer fingers and click the link above, Dr.
In
Pepe.
the background, and I just saw that Issa had invited me up. I wasn't, really.
Well, can you click the link above, please, and briefly watch the video or just skim it?
You're from Discord, Pepe. You're from the far right neo-Nazi extremist Discord room. You were famous.
Nazi.
Yeah, you're huge. You're big time history. You're a historian, Dr. Pepe, the historian.
What's the Princessia take? What's your take on Nora? Not a big deal.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I would say she is having a crisis. I'd say that's what it was.
Right. Well, isn't that
What
are we in
normal
agreement?
person would do that? Like, just
So
just
we're in
think for a second. Yeah, I mean, if you hated Jews, you would not embarrass yourself, get yourself arrested, have your name put out there on social media with your face.
Dr. Scott, the Dr. Podcast.
That's obviously somebody who's not well at that moment. That's all I
Living in the podcast world.
I think we're in agreement.
By the way, dude, so on the deep state today, they were talking about trying to get a Google Doc going with all your aliases so that they could keep track of when you're recording.
Oh, I see.
And they kind of called me out. They were like, well, Scott, I know, Scott, you have a relationship with Adrian Pittman. I said, I do. He's my friend.
So they want to keep track of all my profiles?
Yes. There's Joel Gordon. Great guy. Righteous dude.
Yeah, I actually have something set up where I'm going to, well, I'm not the only one recording them, but it doesn't make a difference. Let's listen in on El Normo.
When you ask for an AI to create an image, he puts one or two person in the front, and then multiple people in the background.
Well, no, so there are people in the background. I can tell you what's going on in this photo. But the person to the left, I have cropped this photo because my boyfriend's mother. I don't want her face on here because she isn't on this app. So that's why it looks that way. He's actually, the Archbishop is shaking the hands of my boyfriend's mother, which I cut her out. That's why his hand
Is it the Archbishop of Greece or something?
No, Louisiana. So this is on Ash Wednesday last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the people behind us were the people that were protesting the Catholic Church when we walked out of Mass that day. There were hundreds of people in the French Quarter protesting the Catholic Church, saying that the Catholic Church is a whore and God is going to vomit Catholics out of his mouth. And it was really awful. So that's what was going on behind us. So does that make sense, David? This is not an AI generated photo. But thanks.
And this is a picture of me today, so it's not AI generated.
And what do Catholics think about abortion and murdering children?
We can fight about it, bitch.
Well, no one wants to fight them.
Well, I mean, but like when I
guys, stop it.
This is audible.
We are not fighting
and I want you to tell me like where I'm wrong in my ideology, where you're more right than like my ideology.
What's your ideology?
America, fuck yeah.
America. The motherfucker there, yeah.
And what are your thoughts on the D-Buzz
you're
babies?
talking to a guy that has a Purple Heart that got blown up and shot while I was in Iraq. You know, I was OS 7, 8, and 9.
Like, do you really want to test a combat medic like me
Norm
and tell me that you're more American than I am? Because I mean, I got shot and blown up trying to defend the right that you can tell me that I'm stupid.
I don't think you're stupid. Norm served and defended his people.
But not like Don. I didn't get blown up. So thank you, Don. Don, thank you.
And what is the Catholic Church saying about the B-Bus
You
babies?
just really know the things to say, man. When you told that guy today that he looked like Gaza, that was wild. Things you stare.
And what is the Catholic Church saying about the B-Bus babies?
And the sad thing is, everybody knows that I'm this, like, you know, retarded combat medic from America. But my great-great-grandfather from my patrilineal side was Ibrahim.
Met the girl. When they served a drink, she showed her ID. We had a great night. We went back to my place. We had sex. And so she had lied. She's like, no, of course I didn't sleep with them. He's like, we had sex. We had a great night. Everything was great. The next thing you know, I go on her Facebook, and I see she's going to the prom. Dude, I could have got arrested. She lied to me. So she jumps in and goes, but I like older men. And he's like, I don't give a shit. You're not going to ruin my life.
Wow.
You lied with 21. Yeah. He goes, and you're freaking getting ready to go to the prom. She's like, so I only date older men. So you can get yourself in a lot of trouble.
Wow. Is this wisdom from back in the day?
Is it what?
What do you mean? Back in the day, Eyal Golan just almost have the same shit in Israel for 10 years already.
And his father. I think his father got the worst of it, no?
Well, his father is dead now, but he did enough shit, his father.
His father liked fucking little girls, from what I hear.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say the wisdom.
The whole shit stuck because of his father.
Yeah.
I don't even think my mic is working.
But is this wisdom from back like 2 years ago? That used to be in our rooms?
Can you hear me?
Wisdom, can you speak?
Can you hear me?
That wasn't a speak. That was an unmic and a mic. I don't know. I am following them, but they're down in the bottom now. I guess no one.
Oh, I have X going.
This is the Ash Norton room, like the Ash.
Jebediah, why does that sound like Ezekiel from, like, you know, the children of the corn?
Yeah, that's because what I am. I'm the
anti-Semitism, blah 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 blah. Like, if I confront you with facts that you can't deny.
Facts is not Jew.
hatred.
Yeah, no,
What facts are you talking about?
hear the facts. Let's hear the facts.
right?
Bring us facts, man.
Is this our former friend Johnny?
I just gotta say that the way that you said anti-Semitism, yada yada yada, I already understand how you wanna gaslight us. But go ahead,
So
try
just for
us.
everyone
Give him a chance, give him a
catch
chance.
up,
Yeah, go
for
ahead.
everyone to catch up, Kia is bent over. He went as helicopter for some time. He's this 20-year-old kid that used to hang out around people in the guest room sometimes. Sometimes he would claim that he's a Jew.
Who is this?
I just said it.
He sounds very.
So he's also one of those people that are obsessed. Okay, so let's hear it from the source.
Let's hear the facts.
I think he left.
No, he's there. Chopping peanuts.
So right, the facts is right. The facts is right. That there is an elite class.
But can you come close to the mic because your mic is really shitty.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
But elite class, yes, there exist elite class. I believe that there's
Can you hear me now?
but I don't believe
Yes.
that they're Jews.
Okay, we didn't. It's my turn to talk. So
Okay, but we're gonna talk facts, not opinions. Facts, data. Anything you need to at some point.
Do you guys think you're like asking some advanced AI software or something by talking to him? You're talking to one of the dumbest people on the app.
I'd like to hear from a dumb, low IQ. This is dumb, low IQ people talking about nothing, wasting time.
Red pill, dumb low IQ. Okay, so let's just have to say it.
Okay.
So right, my claim is that there's a ruling class, right, in America, right, which happen to be Jews, and they happen to worship Satan, and they happen to be Freemasons, right? This is
Okay, thank you for the contribution. This is like an example of another person. This is another person that is having roles. This is so I want to know, hold on, Gaia, I want to know, how many Jews have you met in your life that you saw them worshiping Satan?
Daniel, I want to hear it.
Yeah, but okay, Jews worship Satan. This is what they want to hear. I mean,
Daniel, this is low IQ people.
When did you see a Jew drinking blood?
I can't really meet these people because they're closing their social circle.
Who told you? I want to understand. Who infected you? No, I want to listen. Yaakov, someone infected his mind. Okay, he doesn't come up with this bullshit alone. This is exactly the disease that I was talking about. This cancer. That's been spreading. Yeah, I want to know who infected him. I want to go to. So, who told you this? Where did you get this?
Simon, are you cooking? Who's cooking? Someone's doing something.
Where did you get this? Where did you get this? Because I lived with Jews all my life.
Right.
I never heard of this. Okay. No. Do you think that you know? Do you think that you know better about Jews than me, for example?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm also a Jew.
And you drank blood when?
I don't drink blood.
And your father, and your parents.
Daniel, you're yelling at somebody's son. You're yelling at a child. You're talking to a child.
Who in your family drank blood? Who in your family drank blood?
Oh my God.
I understand.
And my sentence said you talk.
Yeah, let him speak.
Speak to the topic a little bit.
Hold up. Wait, we got another
Jew hatred.
Hold up. I want to hear from
This is what I say would happen.
Are we making fun of people that are sick? I don't know.
Daniel, this app is an app for low IQ dumb people to waste time by talking about nothing. And you forgot. Maybe you're maybe you're confused. Maybe you forgot. But right now, this is the point of the app. It's low IQ dumb.
Yeah, but I want to try and. Yeah, I said I want to try and make it productive and understand. I don't care about the symptoms of this disease. I'm interested to know how we got this. I'm trying to understand how we got infected. I don't care. I know that it was.
I want to ask another question, which is similar to your question, which is more simple, which is where are you from?
Why does this matter? I mean,
I'm curious because I'm curious.
No, we're talking about.
Well, because why does it? I asked you a question. Where are you from?
Yeah, you're.
No, hold on. Oh my God.
I'm gonna lose my shit again.
I'm not yelling. Maybe my mic is too close to my
Okay,
mouth.
then don't go close to your mic.
Okay, I'm chilling. I'm reclined. Look, I asked you where you were from. I'm curious. Your response is, why does it matter? My response to, if you're asking me why does it matter where you're from, I think it actually is relevant. I know most of the people in this room who I have some relationship with. I know where they're from. I know where they are. I know a little bit about the experience. Okay, you're talking over me while I'm talking. It's going to make me get loud, and then Isa is going to get triggered. So I'm trying to just complete it. You asked me, why does it matter? I'm clarifying. I asked you where you're from. Daniel's asking you who corrupted you. Where did you get your corrupted knowledge? My question is similar, but it's more simple. It's like, where are you from? So I want to get an idea of where you're clearly a young guy. You're clearly American. I want to know if you're from like a big city or a small town. It does matter, I think, because our experiences shape us. And if he's like a small town internet guy, it would be easier for me to understand how he's got all these misconceptions about how.
Fundamentally, he said he would start with facts, and all he gave.
He said that Jews are Freemasons and they control the world. I want to know.
Freemason
and worship Satan and drink blood.
Look, as a Freemason, let me first give you some facts. Freemasonry is open to people of all religions. It's not specifically a Jewish thing. All you have to do is believe that there is a God, okay?
You have to believe he's Satan.
No, not at all. No, that is not true. Here are facts. That is not
true, okay? You just have to believe in a higher authority, you have to believe in charity, you can give it sort of giving a certain amount of your money towards charity as a Freemason, and building fraternal relationships with other men. Those are the three facts about Freemasonry.
Tell me, please, who's the 33rd degree Mason globally? Like, who's the top of the top of the top?
Oh.
Apparently you haven't heard of philosophy, have you, Johnny?
We both know who it is, right? We both know who it is. It's not Jews that are at the top.
Who is it, Johnny? Give us the big news, Johnny.
Hold on. A single person doesn't change the underlying fact that has nothing to do with Judaism.
It's Kanye! It's Yee!
You're saying
who is it?
Can I speak on what I think inspires the disease?
You're saying that there's a cult
based on my experience. Excuse me, Gad.
It's the boule!
All right, let's go to Ish, please. The guy who would have robbed me in the hallway. Ish, let me ask you before you speak. Wait, let me ask you before you speak. You would kill me privately, and nobody would ever know, and nobody would ever find out, and you would never get in trouble for it. Would you kill me?
Why on earth?
All right, continue. That's a sane answer. Continue. Please continue.
Okay, I remind you that he's a Jew. Do you want to reconsider your answer?
No, Ish is sane. Let him continue, please.
All right. In my experience, people's tendency to hate Jewish people comes from their habit of isolating themselves. I don't feel you breed positive relations with other groups by not interacting.
Exactly. That's why I asked the young man where he was from. That's because I wanted to know if he was from a big city like you, from New York, which means you're a cool guy, or if he was from a small town, middle of nowhere.
No, it means that the Jews isolate themselves. Like we haven't, like we're not part of communities everywhere. Like I think that's a funny thing. I think that Jews are literally part of like the entire world, and like we like. But Ish is saying that we are secluding ourselves, and which is kind of weird to me.
Yeah, you are secluding yourself. You have PTSD.
Well, wait, I was confused by that. Ish, were you saying the Jews isolate themselves, or the Jew haters isolate themselves?
No, I was saying that the Jews isolate themselves.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were saying something smart. I literally thought that you were saying that racism and bigotry is born by small experiences, and that small town people hate because they're isolated. But you were actually saying something about how Jews are bad.
Can you expand on that, Ish, about how? Can you explain how Jews isolate themselves?
I mean, like how they use communities where they're nepotistic.
No problem. I'll expand on that.
Anyone else?
Oh, yeah, finish your food, okay? Ish, go ahead. Explain how, unlike any other group, specifically Jews isolate themselves.
So, I first and foremost,
Is Mara in the audience?
No.
No, I think someone that is using her name is in the audience.
No, that's.
I didn't mean to make Jews.
No, that is Nora. She's been in here.
Yeah, Nora Bandora in the audience wants you all to click the link above to watch the Femme Fatale in action. Give her final sign off to her love, Diego de la Vega.
Wait, is that Nora from the whole virus?
No, she's not Nora. This is just
Yes, it is.
No!
It's a cow.
Usually first
You can change your shit anytime you want, Keegan.
Keegan.
I'm about to change my username to YesSir88.
Oh my god. I got her 2 accounts blocked. This is an account that always impersonates people. It mocks people. It is, how do you say, it does satire for profiles. Sometimes it is Tim Robinson, sometimes it is Nora Trash, sometimes it is Christy. It is a joking account.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and also I saw that when Jason was talking about Diego, and she was like, yeah, it says 100% right, so that will never happen.
They weren't shy about.
All right, so
I would never tell that.
I mean, you work hard, you know.
I wanted to say that if I made Jewish people sound like a monolith, forgive me, I didn't mean to.
No, he said that. No, he didn't say that. He said that we are excluded, like the Jews are excluded. So can we expand on that point before you go to another point of the monolith? You didn't make that point. You said that the Jews The reason that they are hated is because they exclude themselves. Can you expand on that? A, how do they exclude themselves? And why does it cause people that don't even have Jews in their country, hate Jews so much? Please make it make sense.
Well, I can't tell you why people who don't have Jews in their country hate Jews. But in my limited experience with Jewish people, right, it seems as though they go the extra mile to distance themselves from interacting with other groups of people. So their communities
really? Like Guatemalans are Catholics?
No, you're just repeating yourself. Can you explain?
I'm trying to explain. Their communities are entirely self-sufficient. So their kids go to separate schools. They don't attend the same schools that we do.
Do you mean the religious Jews? Do you mean the religious Jews?
Yes. These are religious Jews. All Jews aren't the same. But I'm saying...
So you're talking about the religious Jews, that they go to Jewish schools? This is the problem? And Catholics that go to Catholic school, do we have the same problem with them?
You're asking several questions. You asked me...
I'm trying to understand you.
You asked me how do they isolate.
I think he's talking about the Hasidic Jews, like you get in New York, that do like isolate, whereas, obviously most Jews are kind of just somewhat like other Americans.
Yeah, most Jews are actually secular and are very much part of society. This is why I was trying to understand how we exclude themselves. He was talking about the ultra-religious, which is a very small minority.
Can you listen for a second?
Yes,
I'm not speaking as though this applies to all Jews. You asked, where does the Jew hate come from? And I'm telling you, based on my experience, what I've seen inspired Jew hatred, okay? And it's Jewish people's capacity to essentially isolate themselves through their self-sufficiency, okay? So yes, Jews will have their own hospitals. They'll have their own, clinics.
What hospital is only for Jews? Can you give me a name of a hospital that is only for Jews?
They don't have one, dude. Just like Catholic hospitals have to take care of everyone. They have to by law. They can't discriminate.
Right. No, this is why I was trying to understand what he's talking about, and he's making shit up.
But I'm not making shit up because there is such a thing. There is such a thing as Jewish hospitals. Hospitals founded and funded by Jews.
But is it for Jews?
No, it's for everybody. No, it's
kind of similar to like Catholic. You have forget the name, Catholic something services. Then you have
you have a Red Cross. The Red Cross is literally a cross.
So dumb.
Like it's a Red Cross.
What you're saying is so ridiculous. Like the people hate Mormons.
Well, a lot of outsiders, like Mormons, and I've compared them to Jews in some ways because.
And I've never been exposed to
Mormons are very cliquish, at least the religious ones, not all of them, obviously. But the religious ones will definitely stay in their own cliques and just hang out with each other. But nobody hates Mormons. It's more like they just kind of get made fun of.
Nobody cares about the Mormons, but it's like, there are some Jews that build hospitals. Those bitches.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
I know.
They're motherfuckers. Why would they build hospitals?
Building a hospital.
Do people hate Amish?
No, they don't have hospitals, dude.
Oh, right. Yeah, the criteria is that they have to be, they have to have their own hospitals.
How about the Red Cross with the fucking cross there?
But most of the hate that I've seen that's directed towards Jews is not really towards the Hasidic. The Hasidic people don't have much power or influence. They keep to themselves. It's more. It's Jews that live amongst us and basically are involved in the same shit as us. They're often somebody who hates Jews will consider them like subversive. They're swindlers. They're people that cannot be trusted. That it's usually that's where it leads.
But based on what? Based on indoctrination or based on personal experience? Because from what I know, So can you give like examples? Because most of the people that are saying this, like don't trust the Jews, are people that don't live with Jews.
Sure, I mean,
actually, those people that do live with Jews would prefer, for example, a Jewish doctor or a Jewish lawyer.
Sure.
So that kind of doesn't make sense to me. If you don't trust them, why would you choose a lawyer or a doctor that would be Jewish?
All right, so amongst the immigrant communities, like in New York City, like I have family members that worked in the garment industry, right? The Jews were, that's where family members would say things about them, like they thought they were sleazy, they were willing to fuck over anybody.
Okay, this is Thelema Hypnosis, Aleister Crowley book, Wisdom. Let's see who shows up. See if I can do some programming. Yeah.